casual shirts. Plus, it's buy one, get one free on select items. Dad's gonna like the way he looks.
Tonight, several developing stories as we come on the air. The breaking news involving the president's former personal attorney and friend, Michael Cohen. ABC News now reporting tonight Cohen is likely to cooperate with federal prosecutors. His lawyers expected to leave the case. And tonight, we've learned one reason why. Also this evening, President Trump returning home from his historic summit with Kim Jong-un and declaring that North Korea is, quote, no longer a nuclear threat. The president tonight firing back at critics, many who now say he gave away too much, without a concrete timeline from Kim Jong-un. When will he destroy his nukes, and how will inspectors verify it? Back home tonight, the raging fires, destroying homes. The threat from California to Colorado. Families now using garden hoses to try to protect their homes. Mandatory evacuations for thousands underway tonight. The deadly plane crash today right into the woods shortly after takeoff. And we're also following the power outage at a major American airport. The blackout causing major flight and security delays. There is breaking news involving the death of Penn State student Timothy Piazza, who fell down the stairs at a frat party. The students who waited up to 12 hours before calling for help. The headline breaking late today.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, reporting tonight from London.
And good evening from London tonight as we make our way back home from Singapore. And we begin tonight with the breaking headline back home involving President Trump's longtime personal attorney and friend, Michael Cohen. Tonight, Cohen is losing his legal team, and ABC News has learned Cohen will now likely cooperate with federal investigators. It was some time ago the FBI raided Cohen's home, his office, and his hotel room, agents showing up at the door and demanding he turn over his phones. They confiscated records, documents, and ever since, the scrutiny has been growing. The president has now acknowledged that Michael Cohen arranged the hush money paid to Stormy Daniels, but the president also said he did not believe Cohen would ever flip. ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas leading us off from Washington.
He was one of President Trump's closest confidants, at his side for more than a decade. His longtime lawyer and fixer, Michael Cohen.
I'm obviously very loyal and very dedicated to Mr. Trump. I'll do anything to protect Mr. Trump.
That loyalty is now being put to the test. Sources telling ABC News Cohen is likely to cooperate with federal prosecutors. Word he's parting ways with his own attorneys. Among the reasons, a source says, concern over payment of legal fees. He's under incredible pressure. In April, FBI agents raided his apartment, office, and hotel room, seizing documents and more than a dozen phones and electronic devices.
So I just heard that they broke into the office of one of my personal attorneys, good man, and it's a disgraceful situation.
The U.S. Attorney for New York's Southern District is investigating Cohen's personal business dealings, including his role facilitating a hush payment to Stormy Daniels, who claims she had an affair with President Trump.
Why did Michael Cohen make this if there was no truth or allegation?
You have to ask Michael Cohen. Michael's my attorney, and you'll have to ask Michael.
As the U.S. Attorney's Office digs into Cohen's close relationship with President Trump, Special Counsel Robert Mueller has questions too. Sources tell ABC News he wants to know what the president knew about Cohen's efforts relating to Russian real estate investments. The president has insisted his fixer won't flip, tweeting in April, "Sorry, I don't see Michael doing that," despite the horrible witch hunt and the dishonest media.
Have you talked to Mr. Trump about a pardon?
Cohen has not been charged with any crime. Our John Call asked the president if he'd be in line for a pardon.
And what about, Mr. President, what about Michael Cohen? Are you considering a pardon?
Thank you
for
very
Michael
much.
Cohen?
Stupid question.
We remember that moment. Pierre Thomas joins us from Washington tonight. And Pierre, so much pressure on Michael Cohen tonight. He also obviously knows that one of his own business associates is now already cooperating with federal prosecutors.
That's right, David. The pressure is mounting. One of Cohen's associates in the taxi business has recently agreed to cooperate with the government, and prosecutors are in the process of trying to get access to millions of Cohen's records, David.
Pierre Thomas leading us off from Washington tonight. Pierre, thank you. The president, of course, beating us back home. He left on Air Force One from Singapore. We had to stay and do the news last night. But he is home, and he's declaring an historic victory, proclaiming in a tweet that North Korea is no longer a nuclear threat. But tonight, many questions. What did the U.S. offer, and did we get enough in return? No concrete timeline on when North Korea's nukes will be destroyed and how it will all be verified. The president saying he trusts Kim Jong-un. ABC's Kara Phillips tonight from the White House.
President Trump landing back in the United States today, declaring there is no longer a nuclear threat from North Korea. Everybody can now feel much safer than the day I took office, he tweeted. But Kim Jong-un still has his nukes.
Okay.
And the joint statement he signed in Singapore didn't indicate how and when he would give them up. It also didn't say that denuclearization would be verifiable and irreversible.
I read the statement, and it's difficult for me to see if something was actually agreed to or not.
Arriving for talks in South Korea today, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said he expects major disarmament from the North within the next 2.5 years. He bristled when reporters pressed him on the joint statement, calling their questions insulting, ridiculous, and quite frankly, ludicrous.
We have developed a very special bond, so people are going to be very impressed.
Just as the president was declaring victory, so too was North Korea. State television reporting that Trump pledged to, quote, lift sanctions as mutual relations improve through dialogue and negotiation. Not exactly what President Trump said in his news conference.
The sanctions will come off when we are sure that the nukes are no longer a factor.
North Korea's newspaper also trumpeting the president's announcement that the United States will no longer engage in military exercises with South Korea.
We're not going to play the war games.
South Korea caught off guard. Democrats now saying that in his sit-down with Kim, the president gave a lot more than he got.
This is not the art of the deal, but it seems to be the beginning of the art of concessions.
But President Trump is confident his bet will pay off.
I believe that he wants to get it done.
You trust him?
I do trust him, yeah. I think he trusts me, and I trust him.
Kara Phillips with us live tonight from the White House. And Kara, before the summit, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo insisted that North Korea must take irreversible and verifiable steps to dismantle their nuclear program. But those key words, as you just pointed out in your report, were not in the joint statement. How does he explain that?
Here's the bottom line, David. We are still waiting for the specific and verifiable steps on how exactly North Korea will dismantle and destroy its nuclear arsenal. Secretary Pompeo saying today he is, quote, confident that North Korea understands there will be in-depth verification. David?
Kara Phillips on this day after at the White House. Kara, thank you. We are following a major threat at this hour and mandatory evacuations underway back home as more than 24 major fires burn in several states tonight. It is believed campers sparked this fire in Carson City, Nevada tonight. The real threat, though, is from California all the way to Colorado. The number of homes under mandatory evacuation rising to more than 3,000 tonight. ABC Clayton Sandell from Colorado now.
Firefight tonight in the West.
Yeah, get that roof, yeah?
Residents versus towering flames. Armed with garden hoses, desperately trying to save homes in Moab, Utah. The fire claiming 8. West of Denver, the Buffalo fire has more than 1,300 homes evacuated. Today, residents were allowed in to quickly grab the important things, then get out.
It was a little scary for sure, thinking your house is up there and hidden in the smoke.
The flames boosted by dead trees ravaged by bark beetles. Near Durango, a raging wildfire consuming more than 25,000 acres.
Firefighters are facing extremely difficult conditions, complicated by extremely steep and complex terrain.
Supercharged by the worst bone-dry drought stretching across the Four Corners.
This is one of the driest years we've had really on record.
In Nevada, campers burning waste are possibly to blame for a 500-acre scorcher near Lake Tahoe. And in California, more than 400 firefighters racing to extinguish a blaze above Beverly Hills.
All of a sudden, the helicopter's like right above, and I'm thinking, this is not good.
Here in Colorado, firefighters are still on high alert, but there is no word yet on when these roadblocks might come down so that people can go home. David?
Just a stunning scene there behind Clayton Sandell tonight. Clayton, thank you. And as we watch this fire threat, there is also a threat of extreme weather coast to coast tonight. Those hot, dry conditions in Arizona spinning up this dust devil, damaging hail, destroying windshields near Colorado Springs, and heavy rain flooding neighborhoods near Toledo, Ohio. Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee with the commute well underway along the George Washington Bridge tonight, tracking it all for us. Ginger?
David, I want to start you out with the scorching Southwest, a place like Tucson, Arizona, in an excessive heat warning. Highs in the 112 arena and lows only in the low 80s. They're going to get some reprieve. It's going to come from Bud, which is actually still in the Pacific. Should hit Cabo sometime tomorrow, but it is the moisture left over that's going to bring cloud cover and even some rain to the Southwest and all those fires. Finally, the severe thunderstorm watch till 11 p.m. Places like Rochester, Ithaca, New York, going to have a potential for damaging winds tonight. David?
All right, we'll be watching. Ginger, thank you. There were major delays and security issues in Las Vegas today when the power went out at McCarran International, not once, but twice. Here's ABC senior transportation correspondent David Curley tonight.
Listen to the groans as the lights went out again at Las Vegas's airport.
I was just checking if you're up. Apparently they lost power over here in this part of the terminal.
A cable serving the airport went down, first affecting a terminal, the second time baggage claim.
I'm stuck at McCarran Airport in Las Vegas. No power, no luggage, no nothing.
The tower and ground operations were unaffected, but still, several flights were canceled, more than 175 delayed. Tonight, power is fully restored. This as American Airlines had its own trouble, and not just in Las Vegas, a computer issue hitting some of its kiosks and other systems. That led to some long lines at airports. American says it did not cancel any flights, and delays were about 100 as aircraft waited for passengers to arrive. Experts say the complexity of the airline's overlapping computer systems makes them vulnerable to these kind of troubles that only escalate when the power goes out. David?
David Curley tonight. David, thank you. And also from Las Vegas tonight, several hours of body camera footage was released late today showing the heroic efforts by police during the October massacre. Some of the videos showing officers rushing toward the stage and helping concertgoers as gunfire rained down from above. Other footage appearing to show police moving in on a hotel room in the Mandalay Bay Hotel as the shooting took place. The footage released by the Las Vegas Police Department is part of this ongoing investigation. We're going to turn next tonight to your money and a move today that could affect your car loan, your mortgage, and your monthly payment on your credit card. The Federal Reserve raising interest rates, a key lending rate going up by a quarter point. That's the second rate hike this year. Raising rates usually come when the economy gets stronger, but it also affects families at home and their bills in very real ways. ABC's chief economics correspondent Rebecca Jarvis tonight, tracking your money.
Tonight, the economy booming, and to keep it from overheating, that rate hike, with the Federal Reserve signaling 2 more increases later this year.
The main takeaway is that the economy is doing very well.
The key takeaway for consumers carrying credit card debt or hoping to buy a new car or home, the cost of borrowing is going up.
It doesn't mean you want to rush into buying a house if you're not ready, but if you are ready, you might want to consider locking in the rates now when they're lower.
Adjustable rate mortgages also getting more expensive. And for anyone with a balance on those credit cards, now is the time to pay it down.
It's only going to get more expensive. Most credit cards are variable rate, so within a billing cycle or two, you'll start to see those interest rates go up. So if you're carrying any credit card debt, it's important to prioritize paying that off.
David, the Fed also says tonight that it expects the jobs market to continue improving and believes unemployment will fall to 3.6% this year. That would be the lowest unemployment rate since the late 1960s. David?
It would be historic. Rebecca Jarvis tonight. Rebecca, thank you. And from California tonight, a proposal to divide the state into 3 states. It's now qualified for the ballot in November. Under the plan, North California would run from the Bay Area north, Southern California from Fresno south, and the new California would cover Los Angeles County and the coast from LA to San Francisco. Only about 17% of voters support the idea at this point, and Congress would have to approve. Stay tuned. A major announcement from the world of soccer. North America has been chosen to host the 2026 World Cup tournament. The U.S., Canada, and Mexico putting in a joint bid, beating out Morocco for the championship that takes place every 4 years. This year's World Cup begins tomorrow in Russia, but for the first time in decades, the U.S. men's national team did not qualify. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Wednesday. The shooting outside a major airport back in the U.S. This is coming in right now. Shots fired, several cars hit. We've got new details coming in right after the break. Also news tonight involving the death of Penn State student Timothy Piazza, who fell down the stairs at a frat party. This has made national headlines. Those students waiting up to 12 hours before calling for help.